Good evening, fellow compatriots, my fellow diasporans. I'll probably want to start by saying a big, by apologizing for that late start. We had the technical glitch at the beginning. Thank you so much for bearing with us. Now we will get started. Okay. While we have a few others that will be letting at some point. Welcome everyone to the second edition of the Diaspora video conferencing session, and thank you for making time to actually join us this evening. My name is Prince Ade Omoli. I'll be your host and moderation for tonight, and moderator for tonight. Can I, before we get started, ask an appeal to all delegates to please mute their mics until called upon to speak. Thank you so much. This evening, we have a very special guest, guest of honor, a Nigerian patriot, Amazon champion for Nigerians in the diaspora, a trailblazer, a pace setter, the CEO and chairperson of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa. You're welcome to the platform, man.
You're welcome, man.
You're welcome, man.
You're welcome.
I think she's trying to, okay, now she's off mute. You're live, ma'am. You're welcome to the platform, ma'am.
Yeah, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, ma'am.
Okay, how are you? Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon,
ma'am. Good afternoon. Welcome to the platform, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Audio is not quite loud. Let me see what I can do. Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to be with you today. And I thank you for putting this together. I'm surprised that even before I could log in, we had well over 100 participants. So that means we need to increase to 1,000. So thank you all. I want to say, well, thank you for this. These are unusual times, COVID-19 times, and we're here to talk about the diaspora and the role of the diaspora as we move on, even post-COVID-19. So I won't be doing much of the talking. I just want to listen to all of you, take your questions. But I want to say we're part of all in the diaspora. We have a lot of Nigerians in the diaspora lines that are trying to solve this COVID-19. We also have a lot of Nigerians in the diaspora that have died in the process of this, our condolence. But I just want to say thank you for putting this together. I look forward to your questions and answers. Thank you so much for putting this together. Thank you, my brothers and sisters in the diaspora. Let's continue to work on the growth of development.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for the opening remarks. Just before we get the comments and questions and discussion going, we know during this pandemic, like the COVID-19 pandemic, we've lost loved ones both home and abroad. And recently, we also lost the Chief of Staff to President Muhammadu Buhari, Malam Abake Dabiri. So in respect of the loved ones that we've lost both home and abroad, I would like to seek the permission of the special guest of honor and also delegates to please let's observe a 1-minute silence to respect the departed souls. Thank you so much. I can start it from now. May the souls of the departed rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
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 Amen. Amen. When we put out this event that it was going to be taking place today, we've had a few advanced questions being sent to us. The very first person, she's a diaspora champion, one of the pillars in the diaspora. Her name is Mrs. Aulat. She's the founder of a charity called Project Ferry, who has been looking into helping and assisting and getting trafficked Nigerians back to the country. Mrs. Aulat, you have the floor, ma'am. Hello, is Mrs. Aulat there? Hello? Could you please check whether you're on mute, please, Mrs. Aulat?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, Mrs. Aulat. Go ahead, ma'am.
Good afternoon, my Honorable Dabiri Erewa. Good afternoon, everyone in the meeting. My name is Aulat Sule. Yes, with Project Ferry, we do experience a lot of challenges, just like my chairman has described what exactly we do with Project Ferry. Kudos to Mutilade. We have a whole lot of challenges, and we do require assistance in the continuance of the good work that we do in helping our girls that have been trafficked illegally to Arab countries, some of them Asian countries, and to other African countries alike. Presently, we have 30 girls in Ivory Coast caught in the web of forced prostitution, but are yearning to return home. And we do not have, a lot of times, you know, the onus falls on us to raise funds amongst ourselves and friends and family alike, help us to fetch these girls home. We require help in this regard, you know. As well, I would like Honorable to please look into this website, homemaker.net. I am aware she is aware of the incident of girls being traded online, like in the slavery days. Other such websites and companies is Hindatu Global Travel and Tours, and there is also Alsada Agents for the Marketing of Labor. Some of these in Lebanon, some in Oman. The homemaker.net is actually in Lebanon, as Honorable may want to agree with me. We'll also like Project Ferry will endeavor that Nidcom establishes a relationship or commission in Oman so that the girls can have somewhere to run to when they find themselves, because some of them are deceived to go to these countries, but obviously when they get there and realize what they're into and they want to come back home, or they, you know, run away from their employers or whoever was holding on to them, they require legal presentations at the labor court. Because of the language barrier, they hardly get the help that they require. Though there's a Redeemed Church out there that is helping presently, but it will be a good idea for Nigeria to establish relationship with the Omani government, say like a commission, or I don't know what to call it other than commission, where the girls can run to, just like we have in Lebanon. The girls, we advise them to go to the Nigerian embassy in Lebanon.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Challenges. Thank you very much.
Mr. Mole, I hear a word of what she said.
Okay.
Because the thing is, so if you can just summarize, I can hear you, but I didn't hear anything you said.
All right. Okay. Yes. It's about helping to assist with the work that they're actually doing, especially in the Mediterranean countries, where they've been helping to bring back young girls that have actually been trafficked to that part of the world.
Yeah, but can I just say something?
Yes.
Trafficking is the function of NAPTIP. There's an agency for trafficking. We just got the young girl in Lebanon just yesterday who was put on sale on Facebook. But we're able to intervene because of consular services about getting the Nigerian mission. They knew the wild whatever, they looked for him, and now they got to the embassy. But trafficking is not the job of the diaspora population. Where there are consular issues, the Nigerian is in distress, we get in advance. All of this Project Ferry should be working with NAPTIP. But we intervene from time to time. Where if you look at the Act 13 of Nigerian Diaspora Commission, it's not about trafficking. There's a commission agency for trafficking. So issues of trafficking should go to NAPTIP. However, when this girl, for instance, is able to come back home, just as we've had in cases, they're handed over to NAPTIP. It's another girl circulating on social media, lost in Oman. The commission does not know about trafficking. We don't go looking for traffickers. So everything because I've heard that in Project Ferry, it's actually more of NAPTIP than Nidcom. However, there's collaboration. Like I said, we've had cases where we're able to help them, got them back, and then give to the mission, and the mission handed them out to NAPTIP. So if you want to get results, this should be about NAPTIP. This strictly should be, what we're talking about, just the diaspora and engaging and things like that. So whatever Project Ferry is doing, we have to be with NAPTIP. We can collaborate, but it's not our primary job to rescue trafficking.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the detailed response. I'm also aware of the lady that was put up in Lebanon that Nidcom was able to work with other agencies to secure her release. We just want to say a big thank you for that. That was quite done promptly, done professionally, and that's what we actually look up to, especially us that actually live in the diaspora. We also have an advanced question from it's Mrs. Edith Uwachuku. It's about issues with passports at the embassy in the UK. Mrs. Uwachuku, you have the floor, ma'am.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Well, it's not really a kind of question for me. It's actually appreciation for the work Nidcom has actually done. Last 3 years, I went to Nigeria embassy to renew my passport. And on getting there, there was a lot of chaos. It took me time. I have to come back another day, a lot of time. I had to spend like 3 days coming just to pick up my passport. But recently, before the lockdown, this early January, I went there back to do for my children. And I found out a lot of improvements. Things were very speedily. Application was done online. I went there with my number. I queued up and I picked them up in just less than 1 hour, which was a lot improvement from what happened 3 years ago. So I just want to appreciate the work Nidcom has done and to say thank you to our honorable sister, Mrs. Abike. Well done for that job, and I appreciate it very much. I want us to keep it up so that people have stopped complaining a lot since that has changed. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Edie. And well, it's good that when things get better, we talk about it, not only when we want to criticize. But however, I know that we can still do much than we're doing now. So you should thank the mission, actually, the ambassador and all the staff who got up there and started that things must be business as usual. So thanks for your comment, but I know that even the mission can do much. Get to a stage where there will be no complaints working. Thank you very much. And I'll pass your message to the mission. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We also have on the platform, as one of the advanced questions that we did receive, we have Mr. Said. He's the chief, one of the directors at the Water, Sanitation and Hygiene for UNICEF. They've been doing some fantastic work. I would just like to hear, he's got a comment or question. Mr. Said, you have the floor, sir. Mr. Said Juji, are you there?
Hello. Hello.
Hello,
yeah,
go on,
he has been trying to get in to no avail. So maybe my name is Bioye Ogunjobi from UNICEF
yes.
Also.
Good. Yes, correct. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes, we would have loved Zaid to be the person, but I can just go ahead.
Please go ahead, sir. You have the floor.
Yes, we did an info pack which we sent to Nidcom about sanitation crisis in Nigeria. We talked about the fact that 47 million people are still practicing defecation. And I mean, Nigeria used to be the second highest, has the second highest number of people practicing open defecation. But I think 2 months ago, we took over from India, used to be the first. Now, out of the 774 LGAs in Nigeria, 20 LGAs have been able to stop open defecation. It's a good result, but it's still very, very low when you compare to 774. So we spoke with Nidcom, and Honorable Abike Dabiri was very welcoming. And we felt that would be an opportunity to also discuss with Nigerians in diaspora if there's any way they can support the initiative to stop open defecation in Nigeria. The federal government of Nigeria has set up an office called Clean Nigeria Use the Toilet Secretariat, And we are also working with the private sector. We call it OPSWASH, Organized Private Sector in Nigeria.
All right, sir. What exactly would you want? Sorry to butt in. What exactly would you want Nigerians in the diaspora to do for you, sir? To say
there are quite a number of options on the table. It is possible for Nigerian diaspora to pick an LGA and say, okay, we want to support this LGA to become open defecation free. There is an intervention package, a cost for intervention package for that. It's also possible for them to say, those LGAs that are already certified open defecation free, that do not have access to water supply, we want to support them. So it depends on what they want to do, but there are a number of options, interventions that we have presented to.
I think if I may come in here to save time, what BOA is saying is that some time ago, before COVID-19, the Nigerian government decided that there must be an end to open defecation. We must take care of our hygiene. It's a shame that in this country we still have people pulling the streets and moving on the streets. Now with COVID-19, we don't have the choice. So what will be the role of the diaspora in making this possible? For instance, we can all decide that the little support, every home should be able to have water, every home should be able to stop open defecation. So moving towards is a very hygienic Nigeria, and the role of the diaspora in this regard. UNICEF will come up with a holistic package that we want Nigerians in the diaspora to get involved in. I think that's the message from UNICEF and the Minister of Water Resources. This is a big area the Nigerians in the diaspora can play a role in. How do you can take, for example, somewhere in your village, somewhere in your village, you can take up a household there and say everyone should have water, you must stop open defecation, you must have a toilet, and it's not expensive. There's a way that Nigerians in the diaspora can make an impact, and I believe that we can work together to making this happen. So as we tackle COVID-19, issues of sanitation, there's no point, okay, how do you wash your hands if you don't even have a place to ease yourself?
That's correct.
So rather than doing that on the street, let's go to the rural, and I believe there's a program that we all can into in the diaspora make a impact as well. Thank you, UNICEF, and thank you, Mr. Bishop.
Thank you so much for that, now. Thank you so much. Mr. Bishop, please, if you don't mind, can you just put your website, can you just type your website on the general platform, on the messaging part of it, so that we can all pick it up after this conversation. Next, we also have with us this evening one of our counselors here in the diaspora. She's, again, patriotic Nigerian, always there for us, we that were the diaspora, and her name is Councillor Shade Eti. Councillor Shade Eti, you have the floor, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Can everyone hear me, please?
Loud and clear.
Okay, I'll say Ramadan Kareem to all Muslims in the house.
Thank you.
Ramadan Kareem, thank you.
Yeah. I don't have any question really, but I just want to commend the chairman, Honorable Abike Dabiri, because honestly, in the past, there has been some negative comments about the commission, but she has proved everyone wrong, and she has shown the capability and her commitment to make sure this works. There is no doubt in the diaspora, there are lots we can do, but we still need a lot of help back home. Concerning COVID-19, let me quickly say, I commend how the federal government, I know they had a representative in December that went to Wuhan, which is very key. We can see what is happening in Lagos State. Let me just commend that positively. Regarding COVID-19 and also moving on, the chair, we in the diaspora, you've just talked about sanitation. We are willing to support, but do we have a conducive environment back home? Are we sure when the policies are put in place, will all these things be done in the right direction? And secondly, I know you have Jermaine you've chosen Jermaine Sowolu to represent you in Lagos State, which I think is doing a fantastic job. I just wanted to know, COVID-19 is going to change our lives in the way we move forward. Are you looking into extending this to other areas, probably Southwest, and have it in the regions, so to make things much more easier for you? There are so many things I want to say, but I'll just stop for that, and I can send you an email. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councillor.
Thank you, Councillor Shadi, and thank you for the good work you're doing over there. We're proud of you. You're one of the many Nigerians we're proud of. Yeah, in terms of conducive environment, you see, we need to believe in ourselves. If you, Councillor Shade, for instance, decide that you're helping one community, the onus is on that community to liaise with you to ensure that what you put there does not fail. So we need to believe in ourselves and know that we can do this as Nigerians. And that is why we're insisting that working with the diaspora can make it happen. On the issue of SSA Lagos, I didn't appoint Jermaine. The governor of Lagos had appointed Jermaine as the SSA diaspora for Lagos State. But you know what the good news is that as I speak with you, about 25 states have SSA diaspora. You know what state Council Shade is from, but I hope your state has. Every state in the Southwest, I think apart from Ogun, has an SA diaspora. So we're working with the focal persons of the diaspora in every state. Because everything has to be decentralized. You can't speak in Abuja. So we have SSA diasporas that speak in 26 states. But beyond that, moving on, we want to have volunteers in every region of the world. In the UK, in the US, in Australia, and Africa. People like you that will just be diaspora volunteers. So it doesn't have to be the commission sitting in Abuja. So we're going to decentralize everywhere. We're starting with the state. Every state will eventually have an SA diaspora. Like I said, we have 26. They will work directly with you. Then we want you as volunteers in the various continents so that we cannot keep brainstorming. It's huge. Diaspora is huge. It's all over the world. So those are the future plans. And I hope that Councillor Shade and all of you here will be willing to be diaspora volunteers and, you know,
Thank you.
Thank you so.
Thank you for the response.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that, ma'am.
Some of us have questions from the comment section. Is it possible to take questions from the floor? People are really having very important questions to ask.
Yes, definitely. That will be coming through. Well, I just come into that. People have actually raised their hands. You can actually use the platform. All you need to do is just raise the hand. Just click on raise hand, and I will go.
I've done that several
to those
times.
people. Thank you so much. Next, we have Mr. Chief Bimbo Afolayan. He's again one of our diaspora champions. I believe he has a comment or question. Go on, sir.
Well, good afternoon, Honorable Abike Dabiri. And thank you so much for organizing this, Chairman of the organizing committee. All I want to say is that, first of all, to congratulate you for what you're doing. Since you started this role, I think the relationship with the diaspora has been very, very good, and we congratulate you for all the work that you've been doing. This is a very good initiative. In the future, my only comment would be that in the future, please let's reach out to the organizations, the associations, maybe the umbrellas, the canoes, the needles, and bring them on board. Make sure that they are here so you can have leaders of organizations. For example, we have organizations like Ebonyi, Imo, Ondo, and these are controlled by the umbrella bodies. That way, the information that we pass on here will be filtered through the ranks to all the members of those associations. And I'm here to support. I was former chairman of Kanu, so I'm only here to support because this is a fantastic initiative. So I won't keep you waiting so that people can ask questions. Thank you so much for giving me the platform.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank
sir.
you.
There is another gentleman. Thank you.
Can I quickly answer him? Thank you, Mr. Bimbo. And thank you. Bimbo is also one of the fantastic diasporans who has been, before anything, been putting together business summit, Nigeria diaspora business summit. Bimbo, we still hope to work with you in that regard. So that relationship is not ended. And this is the first time that Ade is doing this. I've had about 5 Zoom meetings, but it's Ade's initiative. It's the first of its kind. So as we build on, I think this will go bigger and better. There are over 500 people waiting to join it. It's going to take 100 people. So this is just the first time, and I believe that we're going to get bigger and better. So with 500 people waiting, in fact, this is too small to speak with the diaspora, but I need to commend Ade Omole for this initiative. It's his initiative, not mine. But as we move on, Nidcom, we want to get all diaspora groups together so we can continue to engage this way. This will be the new normal. We should be able to do this maybe monthly, quarterly with all diasporas. And with this, we can so I will give Bimbo. But this is the first time. Let's comment Ade for even that will be our spending his resources. But subsequently, we hope to make this bigger and better and involve every diaspora possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Moving on swiftly, there's Mr. Bala has raised his hand. Mr. Bala Owal with the dark bones, dark glasses. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay. I would like to first appreciate the organizers of this platform. Thank you for this kind of platform. This is a platform that we have been yearning for a very long time. I really appreciate your effort. Thank you also the CEO of the Nigeria and Diaspora Commission for giving us your time to speak with you. Let me go quickly because of time constraint to my concern. Uh, I am a student, I'm a PhD student here in Thailand, Bangkok, precisely. I just completed my PhD last month. Uh, Unfortunately for me, the Nigerian government has locked up its airport, and unfortunately also the Thai government also have locked up their airport. So I wanted to come back home, but I don't have, I cannot go out from Thailand. And if I am able to go out from Thailand, I cannot go back to Nigeria because Nigeria is closed now. And my visa is going to expire very soon. My visa and that of my family is expiring soon. So I don't know what uh, what what the Nigerian diaspora can do to us, people like us that have it still also is actually not impressive because what we are believing is that if you are even willing to come back, because last time I was watching the presidential task force.
Because of time, I think you've actually made your point. You want to know what the Nidcom or the Nigerian government is doing to bring back Nigerians.
I also have one complaint. Can I land, please?
Just one. Please go on, sir. But very quickly, sir.
Okay. Okay. The point I want to make is about when the Minister of Foreign Affairs was saying that even if you come back to Nigeria, then you have to take responsibility of isolating yourself. You have to take care of the hotel where you're going to. I think that is not going to be favorable to many of us because I am here in Thailand on scholarship, and my scholarship is finishing at the beginning of July. So I don't know how I'm going to raise the money for isolating myself and my family and my children. I think that's not going to be very.
All right, sir.
So I would like.
Thank you so much for that question. We'll take one more question before we go back to Honorable Abike Dabiri. There is a Mr. Victor Ekoli. Please go ahead, sir. You have the floor, sir. You're on mute, sir. Can you unmute your... Go on, sir.
Yeah. I greet everybody in the house. I greet Excellency. I thank you for the time that you've given us here. I'm the president of Nigerians in Diaspora in Qatar. In time past, I think we've exchanged emails before. And as regards COVID here in Qatar, first we must commend the government of Qatar who have done exceedingly well. We have, on record, we have 4 Nigerians who have tested positive so far. And they are doing quite well because we speak with them on daily basis. Some of them, it's like their 10th day already under quarantine. So hopefully, we're expecting that they come out in good health. My question borders on, we have few Nigerians. Unfortunately, the government of Qatar has shut down the airport, so there are no flights at the moment. You know, but some of them are keen and they've been asking questions. They want to travel, you know, and good thing the government has also said for those who are on tourist visas, visit visas, you have no problem if you have exceeded your stay. No penalties, nothing, you know, but some of them are still concerned and still worried. You know, so I think maybe perhaps Nidcom can help us assure some of our people, you know, some of them say they've left their families and they are here. So maybe Nidcom can help us in assurance in giving our people that, yes, they are behind them and they support what we diasporans are doing. Also, if there is any way Nidcom can reach out, yeah, through the embassies, yes, they've been doing. Like we have an agency here in Qatar called the Qatar Charity. Just 2 weeks ago, they fed about 400 Nigerians. And it's a continuous process that they are doing. So maybe through the embassy, Nidcom can, through the federal government of Nigeria, can channel appreciative messages to these government agencies in Qatar.
Thank
And
you, sir.
hopefully we look
Thank you
forward
so
to
much, sir.
more.
We've run out of time. I think we'll go to Honorable
Okay,
Abike
thank you so
Dabiri.
much.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay,
For
thank
those
you. I'll
two
start with
questions.
Bala in Thailand. Bala, well, I wish you all the best. I hope you come back home with your PhD. I'm sure you're coming back home not saying Thailand. Yes, we understand the challenges of Nigerians stranded all over the world. A lot of, in fact, by last time we have about 3,000 Nigerians stranded in 75 countries all over the world. Now, this issue is being strictly handled by the Minister of Foreign Affairs in conjunction with the Presidential Task Force. What Nidcom can do in this regard is send all your messages to them. If you follow the briefings daily, the minister, like that today, will still brief on what is being done. What I know for sure, according to the minister, is that the flight already from Dubai should be coming home next week. Others, the minister will have to tell us exactly where, because it's coming from the minister and the presidential task force. These are not normal times. So this is actually beyond the purview of Nidcom. But all necessary information we send to the minister, who will discuss with the task force, and then the decision will be taken. These are trying times for everybody, I agree with you absolutely. But again, with all this conversation here, I'll forward to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. All the directives will come from him, not from Nidcom. You know, there's a special task force in place for that. So we'll take that up, Bala, as we've been doing. Then Victor, my brother, King City, or what's that your nickname from Qatar? Yes, you have my number. Please send me a message. You can send to my email or send to my phone. Let's know this agency so we can say a big thank you to them. And this is a time to show love to one another. This is a time to show support for one another. So send me the information. We send a thank you message to them. And we will also see what we're also appealing to diaspora organizations. This is the time for diaspora organizations to help fellow Nigerians who have a problem, like you're doing in Qatar. You run Nigeria, a diaspora organization. Reach out to Nigerians. As I speak with you, there's a group of Nigerians in the diaspora that have come together to raise funds. The essence of the funds to help the frontline persons here in Nigeria. So, I mean, they've raised quite a number of money. At the time, Nigerian diaspora will come and give that to the federal government. So this is a time for everybody to help one another. It's not too much, $1 here, $2 there. It's about us coming together and showing love to one another. It's not a government thing at this point in time. The way they've done it in Qatar, let's do it everywhere in that environment. Just put something together and help one another. So these are trying times for the whole world, and it's not normal time. So I thank you for what you're doing in Qatar. And Bala in Thailand, also reach me so you can get my contact, and then let's take it from there. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mayor. And in the spirit of helping out, we also have on this platform High Chief Chris Onomonu. What he's done, in fact, Chris is one of the, he has one of the biggest outfits here in the UK, and also a major investment in Imo State, has a gigantic hotel in Imo State. And he's actually donated that to the state government as an isolation center, which I think he deserves a round of applause. He's just stopped, he's actually donated a major part of that hotel to the Imo State government to be used as an isolation center. Mr. High Chief Chris Onuno, you have the floor, sir.
He has 1 minute. The time is going, sir.
Mr. Chris, is he there? Okay, probably he's just cut off. Next, with the hand up, I have, there's no name on this. It just says Infinix Note 4. No name, nothing. Could you please introduce yourself and make it quite quickly? Thank you, sir. Oh, man.
Okay, sir.
Yes, my hand is up.
It's my name. My name is Michael Ulo. Can you
Go
hear
on,
me, sir?
Loud and clear.
Okay.
Go on, sir. Quite quickly, please.
Okay.
Excuse me, Chief. We have just 1 minute, sir.
Go on, sir. Just 1 minute, sir. Go on, sir.
Okay. Please, sir, I am here in Philippines, and because I actually came here to acquire my license, I'm a seaman by profession, but because of this COVID-19 issue, I am not able to actualize the real thing that actually brought me here, which I know I will do it. But at present, I need a NIDO representative here in Philippines to contact him directly for assistance because
okay, don't worry. It's all right. Because of time, we will put in touch. We have NIDO reps. Hello, sorry we got cut off there. We will get started again in a minute.
Yeah, I can see everyone is joining back. That's right.
Yes. So the Mrs. Ifoma, thank you so much for joining. We can see you. Mr. Felix Ajayi, thank you so much for joining. We can see you. Mr. J.K. Adebola, we can see you. Thank you so much for joining. Mr. J.K. Adebola, thank you so much for joining. We can see you. There is a Mr. Caller. Mr. Caller, please go ahead with your question, please, or comment. Mr. Caller.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's me. Sorry, Ajay. This is me. Actually, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Go on.
Okay. My question is, I don't know whether the Honourable Chair Lady, Miss Abike Dabiri, whether she can hear me as well, because I just want to actually draw her attention to this comment that I'm about to make. I raised a question last week at the meeting with regards to foreigners buying land in Nigeria. So I just want to expatiate on that. My main concern is really with the Chinese. And I just want to talk about my own personal experience on the way Chinese people actually go into other countries and start buying out the land and then eventually take over those governments. My personal experience was with Papua New Guinea, where I lived there for about 2 months, and the Chinese have literally taken over the government and also the lands of these people to the extent that they literally control the whole place. So my question is, and the reason why they've done this is because the PNG, the people of Papua New Guinea are actually landowners. Now, because they're landowners, certain laws within the Papua New Guinea government had not been put in place. So what's happened is the people of Papua New Guinea have actually sold out their land. Now, as it stands now, Papua New Guinea is, the Chinese have a habit of actually going out and giving out these cheap loans, and the governments are unable to actually pay those loans back. So what happens is they now go into these countries and start land grabbing. Now, the reason why I'm so passionate about this is I don't know how the Nigerian government have put laws in place to avoid this happening to us. I'm wondering whether the government will be, last week when I asked the question, I was told that the states are in charge of land buying. So my question is, would the federal government be willing to work in line with the state governments and put in very tight laws in regards to foreigners buying our land? I would also like to suggest that although it's a good way of introducing investment, I would say that I don't think that we are in the position to actually sell land. It would be better for us to actually rent the land out as a form of investment. So if we rent it out, the government could gain from the rental of the land to whichever foreigner wants to actually do business, or in terms of farming or agriculture in Nigeria. So if we rent it, say, for about a year, the government could gain, and also we could also introduce youth training. So as they're farming on our land or whatever they want to use our land for, we can get those foreigners to actually, instead of them bringing in their own workers, we can use that to create jobs and training. So I'm thinking, I'm not sure whether the honourable chair lady would sort of notify the government and maybe possibly put this initiative to them. So that's my question and my comment.
Thank you so much, Ms. Taiwo. The entire session is being recorded. The Honorable Abike Dabiri is about rejoining the platform. She just sent me a message. I think she's coming on board now, but this is going to be played over at Nidcom, and we will be taking that question, will be noted. I have Sunday Segilola. Sunday, you have your hand up.
Sorry, can I just say something very quickly?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's to my notice that the Chinese are already land grabbing in Nigeria. Mass amount of lands are being brought in Kuje, Nasarawa, and Ogun State. So,
all right, okay.
I mean,
is that being read from somewhere? Are you actually, is that from?
No, it's been brought to my knowledge for somebody that is actually living, a very close associate of mine that actually knows that land is actually being taken over by the Chinese inside Nigeria. So I think something needs to, laws need to be initiated by both the state government and federal government to stop this from happening. Yeah.
I know that I think it's quite impossible for a foreigner to just go onto a land and take over a land. I believe the state government of the FCT government must have either given the permission of the CEO to get onto that land. It's the same thing here that we do in the United Kingdom. If you want to buy land, there's a process to it. I don't believe that Nigeria is that porous where a foreigner will just fly into the country and also just go and actually take over land. But that's my own perception. But again, this is something that we will put through to the Honorable when she actually joins. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sunday Segilola, please, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you very much, my honorable sir. My question just really concerns about the students that are coming from Nigeria, study abroad, under the government scholarship, both for master and the PhD. And those people, there's no law have been put in place to compulsory them to come back home after their study. So I noticed that a lot of people here are coming after their study, they are not willing to go back. I think to go back to demonstrate their skill and their knowledge, they have been acquired abroad to be the educational system in the country. Thank you.
I think what you're trying to say is government sponsor Nigerians living in Nigeria to come abroad, and after their studies, these people fail to go back to Nigeria. So what are you? So what are you proposing? Are you?
So what I think
are you saying they should be forced? I mean, obviously they can't be forced back to Nigeria. Are you saying there should be a contract or there should be something in place to ensure
it should
that
be a law in place to compulsory them to go back after their study. So I think the skill and the knowledge they have acquired abroad to be the education system back home in Nigeria.
All right, okay. We have Mr. Kola. There's no photo, but there's a Mr. Kola who has raised his hand. Please go ahead, Mr. Kola.
Hello?
Hello, go ahead, Mr. Kola.
Yes, no, sorry, that was me, Ajay Buki. Sorry, I asked my question. Yeah,
all right,
thank
okay.
you.
So we can move on to the next. Mr. Mahmoud with the blue jacket, please go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I am Mahmoud from University Technology Malaysia. You are hearing me, right?
Go on, sir, loud and clear.
Okay, so I just want to commend the work that you are doing, including the SA on Diaspora, and I'm going to be as brief as possible. Although we all know that the responsibility of evacuating Nigerians back home is vested on the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs, but I just felt the only voice we have is through the Nidcom, the Nigerian Diaspora, and it's good that we give a kind of advice And the advice that I'm going to give is because of the difficulties because I've been following the presidential task force on COVID-19, and one of the greatest challenges they are having on evacuating Nigeria back home is the problem of accommodation. The problem of hotel accommodation is one of the major problems that they are having. So I just want our SA on diaspora to advise the committee, although it is not within the context of our already, so that they can send people, they can isolate people in their own states. Instead of looking for hotels in Lagos and Abuja, why? Since all these states, they have their own NCDC offices, why can't they simply send people to their respective states so that they can be isolated? In that way, the burden on the federal government can be reduced, and then the issue of the hotels at Lagos and Abuja can also be minimized. I believe most of the state government, they have their own guest houses, they have their own hotels. So I believe it will be much more easier if people are transported to their respective states on arrival in Nigeria so that they can observe the 2 weeks isolation in their respective states. Because one of the problems we may encounter again is that even now, most of the states, if you are coming into the states from either Lagos or Abuja, you will have to be isolated for additional 2 weeks, irrespective of you are being isolated in Abuja or Lagos. So we just have to do it once and for all.
This is Benjamin Okoli from the Nigerian Citizens Association, South Africa.
Let people be isolated in their own states. Thank you very much.
Sorry, can you repeat that last can you repeat that last sentence, please?
Why me?
One people isolated in their own states. So when they bring them into the country, they get isolated. But I can tell you that the logistics, because remember, not all the states have airports anyway. Not all of them have international airports. And they all come into Nigeria via international airports. Mostly it will be in Abuja and also in Lagos. I think those are the two primary airports in Nigeria, even though there are others. But for the containment and the isolation of these people, you can imagine the logistics that will have to go in when you bring people into the country. And we are not talking 100 or 200. We're talking thousands. You can imagine the logistics that will go into that, having to take these people from those airports to different states of the country. That's my own opinion about it, that it will be a logistic nightmare, and also the possibility of actually infecting more people, because obviously they have to travel on the road, or there will be local flights to different parts of the states, which is
Mr. Omole, can I call?
Hello.
I'm back.
Assalamu alaikum.
Can I make a contribution here? My name is Ben Okoli, speaking.
1 minute, please. The observation I'm here is that now already most of the state government, they have adopted a policy that whosoever that is coming into the state must be isolated for 2 weeks. So we may enter a situation whereby you will be isolated for 2 weeks in Abuja, and when you are going back to your state, you will also be isolated for additional 2 weeks. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Omole,
I don't have video. I don't have video,
yes,
so you will not
please,
see me.
Go on,
Can you hear me? Benjamin Okoli from South Africa, Nikasa.
I don't have video. I don't have video. My video is not working. So
go
please,
ahead.
You will not see my hand being raised.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Omar.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Sorry, I have a problem with my video. My name is Umar. I am from the University Technology Malaysia. So I just want to talk a little about what Mahmoud raised, the issue of the evacuating Nigerians from countries. I just want to ask, based on what the CEO of Nidcom said about the evacuation terms, we were told that we have to bear the cost of every single kobo or ringgit that is going to be spent for taking us back to our countries. Now, I know that there are some countries around the world who have opened their airports for their citizens to come back or to be brought back. And to show how sensitive countries are about their citizens, you notice that they spend money to bring back their citizens from danger, dangerous locations. So I want to ask, is there a way that Nidcom can now show more compassion on such Nigerians who have been stranded outside the country, especially students who are not doing any job to get any income,
Thank
to
you so
bring
much,
them
sir.
back to Nigeria
Yeah, because of
without
time,
pay?
can I quickly answer
All right.
you, Mahmoud?
Thank you so much.
Mahmoud and my brother from Malaysia, your questions are the same. Number one, CEO Nidcom did not give any protocols. It's coming straight from the Minister of Foreign Affairs, who is in the presidential task force. What Nidcom can do, which we have been doing, is express your concerns to the Minister of Foreign Affairs that number one, a student that has been out there for well over 4 months now has to pay for the ticket and pay for 14 days of staying in the hotel when you come here is virtually impossible.
Yes,
And I agree with you, government should show compassion. But what we can, like I said, we're not even involved. All we're told to do was compile meals, which we have done. So we will relate this Minister of Foreign Affairs, who will relate to the Presidential Task Force, what you have been saying. And that's part of why I like what is happening today. We received complaints via social media, some directly to our mails, and now through this platform that we feel that this is inconsiderate of government. However, they know the reasons why these protocols are being put in place. So bear with us, both Mahmoud and the gentleman from Malaysia. What Nidcom can do is convey your message, and we will convey your message. We're not directly involved in this, or convey your message, and we hope that the Nigerian government will truly listen to the wisdom of the Nigerian people. So we'll convey your message, and we hope for good results. Thank you.
Thank you so
Okay,
much,
sir,
ma'am.
please, can I complete my comment?
Sorry, you were actually out
So
of
let him
time.
complete.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Let him complete. I thought he had finished.
All right,
He's
go
all
on.
the way from Malaysia. Let him complete.
Go ahead, sir.
Madam, okay, can I complete
Yes, go on.
my comment?
Go on,
Yes.
sir.
All right, the gentleman, Nigerians in Diaspora, that's your name, I see. Sorry, I don't know your name.
The name is Ade
There's this issue.
Omole.
Okay, Mr. Ade Omole, sir. Kola raised the issue of Chinese land grabbing a while ago, and you asked her where she get that from. Actually, there is an issue of land grabbing awash in the news. In fact, one that comes to mind immediately is the one in 2019 in Kano. There is this factory called Mr. Lee, something about plastics, who are land grabbing. So actually, land grabbing is not really a conspiracy theory, but really it is true. It is happening, and we believe Nidcom can do a lot to stop this thing happening.
Thank you very
based
much
on
about
what
that,
Kola
sir.
has said so
Yeah.
much. Yes.
Thank you very much. It's a very serious matter.
Yeah, it is indeed. It is indeed.
Hello?
They are grabbing land.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that.
Hello?
Moving on, we have Mr. Oluwaseun Taiwo. Mr.
Hello?
Oluwaseun Taiwo, please go ahead.
Hi. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I don't know if I came in a little late. So my question is actually it's about the people that are kind of stranded in Nigeria right now, and they are trying to get back to the States. Because my mom is actually directly involved in such, so she was one that sent me the link to this Diaspora thing. So I just want to find out, do they have any, do we know when exactly the airplanes are gonna start, flying from Nigeria? Or that's my main question.
All right, okay. We'll take one more question before we go back to Honorable Abike Dabiri. It's from King. We have King Vincent. King Vincent, you've got your hand up. Please go ahead. You have the floor.
Moderator, I have not been given the opportunity.
Please go ahead, King Vincent, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I want to be a big thanks to Mrs. Abike Dabiri for being with us tonight. My name is Vincent. Presently, I'm in Wuhan. I work in Wuhan. Early this month, my company they laid me off, and they even came to my house to send me out of my apartment. They said the company can no longer pay for the apartment. We have to, you just have to turn it to fight, because my wife is saying, my kids say, how do they want me to leave? They don't want me to, are they trying to send me to the street with my kids? So it's a big issue. And concerning because of about the, what's it called, evacuation, please, I just want to know what is happening. Because right now they're about to, I don't know what's going to happen whenever they come back to my apartment to send me out, because I want to go back home. Since January, we've not been working, no work, no pay. So please, I want to know what is happening about, what's it called, the evacuation.
All right, thank you so much. We'll take one more question. This is from Mr. Adejobi Adeloye, the gentleman in blue. Thank you so much. Go ahead, sir.
And myself?
Yes, yes, please. Adejobi Adeloye. Go on, sir.
No, I'm not Adejobi. I'm not Adejobi.
This is not, sorry, it's for Adejobi, not yourself, sir. Mr. Adejobi, please go ahead.
Hello?
Mr. Adejobi,
Hello?
please go on. Yes, we can hear you.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, my name is Ashuru, not Adebaju, from Malaysia.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I want to welcome our able DG Diaspora. My suggestion is there any possibility of asking states to come to the airport to pick all their returnees so that they can quarantine them at their states and make provision for the quarantine?
All right, sir. Thank you so much for that. Honorable Abike Dabiri, you have the floor, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much for your questions. I didn't get what Kola said about land grabbing. I think
yes, ma'am. I'm glad that you could. Can you hear me, ma'am?
So let me try to answer the questions.
Yeah, okay. Very quickly, I was explaining to Mr. Omole earlier, because I asked the question with regards to what are the laws in place? Have Nigeria enacted the laws in place with regards to foreigners buying land in Nigeria? Because from my own personal experience, ma'am, I lived in PNG for 2 months, and I've had the experience of Chinese going in. What they do is they give these cheap loans, and when the countries can't pay those loans back, what they do is they start going in, giving out bribes, and taking buying lands from the landowners. Now in PNG, majority like in Nigeria, most of the people actually own their land. So what they do is they go in, buy the land of these people, to the extent that now the whole of PNG, and this is my own personal experience, it's what I actually saw with my own 2 eyes, is now owned by the Chinese. Now, the only reason why it's owned by the Chinese is because the government of PNG had not enacted laws in terms of the people selling the land to foreigners. So my question is this. My question and my suggestion is this. Can the federal government work together with state governments so that they enact laws in which landowners cannot just sell off their lands to foreigners?
Okay.
Can I just do one more thing, because I want to make a suggestion. Now, I don't think that as we are as Nigeria, because we're developing, I don't think we can afford to sell the land. There's nothing wrong in foreigners coming in to invest. My suggestion is that we rent the land, and the government can actually benefit from renting. Not only can they benefit from renting, but they can also engage youth they can employ youths to work with these foreigners, so that at the end of the day, we have trained youths in particular skills, and the government is also benefiting from the land rental to foreigners than we having to sell, because we're still developing. So those are my concerns. Because the Chinese they're coming in. Chinese people will not sell their lands to anybody. Nobody goes into China to buy land because it's a communist country. So I don't see why we should allow, not at this stage of the game, why we should be selling off our land. There has to be some laws enacted in terms of landowners selling land. So that's my concern.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Very, very useful concern and very useful suggestion. I hope I can link up with you later, get more information about that. This is something that we should take to the Nigerian parliament to ensure these laws are in place. And then it varies from state to state, but it's very critical and we need to take that action now. I agree with you absolutely. On the part of the commission, we'll take it up with the relevant authorities, in particular the National Assembly, to see whether these laws can be in place. So thank you for that beautiful suggestion. I hope that I can link up with you after this program.
You can get my number from Mr. Omole. He has my number.
Okay. I will. So we can work on this together.
Yes, ma'am.
The suggestions. They're very useful.
Okay.
Beyond even land, businesses.
Businesses, yeah. The government can gain a lot from renting the land and selling it.
So we will look at that. Thank you very much for that suggestion.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Mr. Ashiru from Malaysia. Oluwaseuntai was stranded in Nigeria. What we're looking at for us in the commission is about, for the PTF, what they've been talking about is those Nigerian travelers, not Nigerians in the diaspora, Nigerian travelers who got stranded and see how to bring them back. So if you can maybe let Nigeria know the number, they're not going to open the airspace for people here who want to leave. They're opening the airspace for those who want to come back. But if there are strong numbers, nobody has actually brought that to our attention. So maybe you can do something to the task force to let them know about Nigerians stranded in Nigeria that want to return. I'm sure that can be put into consideration. Vincent,
okay, thank you.
Another question for Buhan. Vincent, yes. Like I said, really, we just have to send it to the presidential task force. Everything is being done. Like China in particular, the case is pathetic. As I speak with you, those in China have done 28 days quarantine. They have no places to go to. They're not even being given houses to live in. So this is already in front of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and a strong decision has to be taken. I'm told that if by next week, Nigerians are not evacuated from China, we're going to be in trouble. And I mean that seriously. So, like I said, it's a higher decision, but we keep putting all your points to them. Whichever I get in. For Malaysia, okay, the issue about carrying people from state to the airport, I think Mr. Mole has spoken a bit about. It's a bit complicated. But different protocols are being looked at. But I'm sure that as we bring Nigerians home, we also want to ensure that it doesn't spiral within the country. So all your suggestions, I've noted everything, and I will document everything to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, who has the final say, working with the PTF. Thank you very much for all your suggestions.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Next,
Thank you so much, ma'am.
We have Justina Ajala. Justina, please go ahead. You have the floor.
Good evening from China. I'm Justina Ajala, President of Nidcom China. First of all, I would like to appreciate Her Excellency, Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa, and our team for the support they gave to Nigerians in China, especially during the Wuhan outbreak here in China. And also, I really want to appreciate her for, yes, thank you so much for that, man. We really appreciate you. Nigerians in China, they really appreciate you for that. And also, I would like to appreciate you for being in attendance during our launch on Saturday. Nidcom China two projects, that's our e-library and network app. And I wanted to ask the question on the evacuation, but she answered already, because looking at the peculiarity of what is happening in China, Nigerians here, they need to be evacuated. So I don't know if there's anything the government can do to fasten or to fast track the process of evacuating Nigerians here, because there are lots of issues going on, and there are a lot of Nigerians on the streets, and it's not really good here. So if there's anything that can be done on time to fasten the process. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We will take one more question. We're now out of time. Just one more question. And that will come from Mr. Akeredolu Isaac. I think he's one of the frontline workers. There are about 3 of them or 4 of them. Please go ahead. Mr. Akeredolu Isaac, the team. I think he's a team of 3, and I can see them with their mask on already. So go ahead. Quickly, please. Sorry, we can't hear you.
We cannot hear them.
We still can't hear you. Sorry. Are you on mute?
Hello? Yes, we can hear them, please.
Yes, we can hear you now. Go ahead. Go on. Oh, sorry, we still can't hear you. Sorry, we'll have to move to another because we're really out of time.
Hello? No, sir, you can unmute them. Sir, you can unmute them.
I have tried that. They're not on. I've done that twice on mute.
Okay.
Hello, are you still there? Can you hear us?
Hello.
Too?
Hello.
Okay, we'll go on to. We have a gentleman here. We're now flying to the United States. He's a George, again, a great Nigerian diasporan. He's always out there standing up for our brothers and sisters. He's Justice George Dele Alade. Go on, sir. You have the floor, sir.
Oh, thank you. Technical issues. Let me thank Mr. Omole and for the indefatigable Mrs. Abike Dabiri Erewa. All you have been doing, I appreciate everything. So as I did mention to the president in the past, the government has to actively involve the Nigerians in diaspora in its developmental agenda. We don't necessarily need the Chinese or the Americans or the Europeans, their expertise. We have abundance of experts amongst the Nigerians in diaspora. We have great engineers, scientists, doctors, pharmacists, lawyers, financial experts, etc. among us. And they love their country, and I believe they are very ready to contribute to their country. The foreigners don't like us, whether we like it or not. The Chinese, the Americans, they don't really like us. They are only there to exploit us. And I believe that we should use our diaspora Nigerians to actively involve in our development.
Thank you,
so
sir.
I thank you for taking your time to speak to your brothers and sisters in the diaspora, and we appreciate everything you are doing. Mr. Omole, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. One more comment. Hold
Mr.
on, sorry.
Please, I would like to comment about this Chinese issue.
One more comment, and this last comment will come from Chris. Chris is the gentleman that has donated his hotel, massive hotel in Imo State, to the Imo State government. Chris, thank you so much for what you're doing. Thank you so much for what you're doing with the state government. I know you have shown that this is the time to support. This is the time to do what your own, to contribute your own quota to whatever you can do in Nigeria. Thank you so much for that. And I'll yield the floor for you, sir. 30 seconds, sir. Go on, sir, Mr. Chris.
Thank you very much, Leader Omole. Thank you very much, Honorable Abike, for joining us today. Firstly, I appreciate everything everybody has contributed, but I will hit the nail on the head. What I would like the federal government, as most of us has been here for over 20 years, 30 years.
I am leaving the meeting.
I would like the federal government or the Diaspora to consider coming to America or UK and do something like a workshop to recruit people, engineers or lawyers or people, so that when they come back after the workshop has been organized, then people can apply. Most people want to go back to Nigeria, as Justice said, and we have the capability and we have enough people that are well talented that can go and make impact. Usually the government said that we should come back and apply. But if something like workshop is done in any part of the world, people can go there and apply. And when they go back to Nigeria, when they have got the job, they will walk into the job. And I believe that can help quite a lot.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Honorable Abike, we just want to thank you, ma'am, for coming onto this platform. I know you've got two more. You have to respond to the last two delegates. But I just want to say, on behalf of Nigerians in the diaspora, we are here to support you. We're here. We love what you're doing. We Nidcom, and we're here anytime, every time, to ensure that you succeed in what you're doing with Nidcom now. So I'll now yield the floor for you, man, to respond to the last two comments. One from Justice Alade and the second one from High Chief Chris. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you very much. I thank you all. I can see so many coming up saying they want to speak, but I want to start by thanking you, Mr. Molly, for putting this together. It's the first of its kind. And for those who are complaining that it's not about diaspora groups, it was your initiative, and we're glad this happened. So for me, this will be a regular. I think this will be a regular communication.
Yeah,
so make it as regular as possible. Yeah. Justina, thank you very much. Evacuation in China, we've spoken about it. Like I said, it's not. We have to, just communicate with the Minister of Foreign Affairs, who is doing everything possible to make the evacuation possible. And as we have recommended, China, UK, Dubai could be the first set, and others follow. So all your information, all your suggestions will pass to the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Justice Alade, well, thank you very much again, our justice in America. Yes, I agree with you, but that is why we have you. That is why we have all of you saying that, you know what, you have to be part of the programs and policies of the Nigerian government. Nidcom is not even 1 year old. So as we move on now, we're moving to now, we're already doing that individually and collectively. What can you do for your country? We're not saying pack your bags and come home. We're saying that wherever you are, let us work together. Look at this one crisis. Where is home? Nigeria is home. That's the long and short of it. So what home do you want to come back to? We don't have light, I know. We don't have electricity. We don't have water in some cases, but this is home. How can you be part of home? The Chinese we're talking about use the Chinese diaspora to develop. India used India diaspora to develop. Pakistan and go. What is happening to the Nigerian diaspora? That's why we want to work with it. It may take a while, but we believe we'll succeed. And we have many programs in place. The Diaspora Investment Summit, the Diaspora Professional Healthcare Initiative, and that will move to various professions. So a lot of things are in place. We appeal to you, join. Let us work together to build the Nigeria of our dreams. And I think that now ends up with Mr. Chris, who is also speaking in the same regard. First and foremost, Mr. Chris, you've given to IMO, you haven't given to COVID-19 support fund though. So I'm going to expect your donation to the support fund. So I'm going to reach you. You have to put to that fund, Mr. Chris. And thank you for all you've done. Now about the workshop to recruit, it's not even about a workshop. We are working with the Bank of Interest, with the IOM on programs that we're going to be reaching out directly to Nigerians in various parts of the world. And like I said, we have 26 focal persons on diaspora working with various states. So we're working with the states. We want to know, you see, like I said, it's not about rushing you home. No, wherever you are, just like Mr. Chris, you've done something, you can do things in your country. You can invest. Some Nigerians are already investing in agriculture, education, healthcare, strong business. There's a guy in Costa Rica, when he came for the Diaspora Investment Summit, he said, wow, I want to come home. I don't know whether you know this guy from Poland. The very first black person today, parliamentarian in Poland, is back home in Abia. He's into agriculture. He's doing ranching. And there are many things we can do. Do we have a perfect country? No. We have challenges, and that's why we're saying that Nigerians were the best. Whether you're in the diaspora, whether you're at home, let us work together. Don't wait for your country to call on you. We have the commission. We are there for you. Come to us. Tell us what you want to do. We'll help you break the bottlenecks. We're working with Nigerian Investment Promotion Council, working with Ministry of Trade and Investment, every organization. Hopefully, after COVID-19, we're going to have the diaspora policy in place passed by the FEC. That policy will guide everything we do in the diaspora. So thank you very much for this. I'm proud of all of you, and I look forward to engaging further. Thank you so much, and God bless every one of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming onto this platform. Again,
before I leave, Mr. Omale,
yes, ma'am.
There are many people coming on the screen. Somebody from South Africa says they couldn't raise their hand. We apologize to all of you. This is the first time we'll do a lot more for them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Canada, everybody is here.